What is up, YouTube? This is Brett back here again with Miles Down Garage, bringing you another video. It's been a crazy couple of weeks with work and whatnot, and hanging out with family and all that jazz. But the last video I made, I talked about my bike and went for a little ride, and it was probably about 34 degrees out that day here in lovely Michigan. And I did a little review on my helmet, which is this, the Bitwell lane splitter. Did a quick review on it, and I actually had some people in the comments asking to do a more in-depth video on it because they are too considering switching over to a full face helmet from a half helmet. Basically, I love this helmet. I mean, for the price that I paid for it, it was a little over $200. It's the Bitwell lane splitter. I absolutely love it. It's super comfortable, really easy to get used to, especially coming from a guy that only wore half helmets basically since I started riding, and I'm going on 8 years of riding now. But yeah, so this is it. I actually I updated the screen on it and put on the chrome one. You know, looks a little cooler than the clear one. It does come with the clear one when you first buy it. I decided when I ordered it that I was going to get the chrome one as well, just, you know, for a different look, because I'm not really big on the whole clear thing. When I got it in the mail, you know, it came in a box. Show it to you. This is the box it came in. And also, because I did order, you know, the new screen for it, it came with Gen 2 hardware, which is super easy to install. It's just 2 little clips. You take out a screw here, pops right out, and then underneath this there is 2 little circular clips that you pop in and out. Just pop the new ones in, put the screws back in, and it actually gives you more mobility to move this. So before, you didn't have steps, whereas this, like, as you can see, it stops, stops, stops. So this gives you the ability to, you know, keep it halfway open if you need some wind, you know, when you're riding, or you can obviously close it all the way or open it all the way. It does make it a lot easier when riding. Also, the cool design with this thing is it's not your typical full face helmet. It is designed for, you know, cruisers, for Harley riders. I mean, I'm sure you could use it on a crotch rocket as well, but if you look, it's got a slimmer line to it all the way around. It's more of an oval instead of a big circle. This actually gives you more ability to move your head around, whereas like if you're wearing a belt or something like that, it's really big and it's really round. This is more stuck to your face, and it's more slimmer. So you actually have the ability to look over your shoulders completely without having to lift up and over your shoulder. So that's another huge plus side for me when it comes to this helmet, especially it being my first ever full face helmet. The entire inside of this helmet does come out. It's very easy. You basically just pull everything apart. It's just got little snaps in it. You can pull it out. You know, you got the chin protector here. I like to leave mine in just because, you know, I do have a beard, and the beard does protect my neck a little bit, but, you know, just the extra protection, you know, can't complain about that. But yeah, everything inside the helmet is machine washable. So I haven't had to wash it yet because I got it, you know, late August, and then I totaled out my Street Glide late August. So I was without a bike for a little over a month, and that's when I ended up buying my Road Glide. So haven't had to wash it yet because I haven't really sweat in it yet, but I did take it all apart, make sure it all went back together easy. It's super easy. But yeah, this helmet is definitely worth the money, in my opinion, especially for a starter helmet. Some of the cool features, you know, obviously you can change out the windshield, well, the windscreen, whatever you want to call it. You can change it out to different colors. You know, I believe they, like, obviously they have clear, they have the chrome. I believe they have just black, and I think they have a yellow and an orange maybe, which I might invest in the yellow one for nighttime riding, because I mean, it's only 2 screws to change it out real quick. It takes no time to change it out. Downside is I have not saw any company, including Bitwell, come out with a transition lens, which I think would be really, really cool. Come in handy a lot, because I've done a couple of rides, and since, you know, it's wintertime here in Michigan, it gets darker a lot sooner than normal. So I mean, by 4:30, 5 o'clock, I mean, it's almost completely dark out. So I've been caught out when it's dark as hell, riding home, and I gotta ride with this, you know, with the screen all the way up, freezing my fucking face, which that's my fault, because I'm an idiot and I like to ride in the wintertime. But I love the style of it. It's got really cool lines on it, you know, and it's got venting up here in the front. And it's got a vent back here, so you get airflow to your head, so you're not, you know, overheating your head. But I really got the black helmet because I'm a Star Wars nerd, and come on, man, it's close to what Darth Vader's helmet looks like, so little nerd fact for you. But I really just dig the style of the helmet. The price point I could not beat, especially not knowing if I was gonna like the helmet. Luckily I do like the helmet. So the Bitwell lane splitter is an in-between. It's, you know, it's cheap enough to where you can afford, but it's still, you know, DOT approved and everything, and it's a nice helmet. It's very, very similar to the Simpson. I'm not super familiar with the Simpson. I've done a little bit of research on it, and I just know they're a lot more expensive, but, you know, you pay for quality, and it's, from what I've heard in the reviews I've read, it's a very good helmet. But I stuck with this because it was cheaper, just to be safe. And like I said, I went down in this helmet on my street glide, and it did save my head from getting hit. Like I said, I don't know how hard I hit my head, but the helmet did save my face from hitting the ground. There's not really too many cons to the helmet, in my opinion. I watched one video on a guy who, you know, who had the Bitwell lane splitter, and he didn't like the fact that you could still hear outside of the helmet. You could still hear the bike, you could still hear the cars going by, you know, you could hear the wind and everything. You know, personally, in my opinion, like, I want to be able to hear that stuff. I don't want complete silence. It's just, I like to hear my bike. I have a really nice exhaust system on my bike. I like to listen to my music. I'm a huge music lover, so my music's on full blast every time I'm riding. But so, I mean, if you want a super quiet helmet, then this isn't the helmet for you. But personally, I like the helmet. It's, you know, you can still hear in it, and, you know, it does have the ability to put in an intercom system. It does have pockets on the sides of it for speakers and everything. So because I have a full fairing bike and have the CD player and have the touch screen and all that shit, I don't want to listen to music inside my helmet, because then I can't hear traffic, I can't hear sirens, what have you. If someone's talking to me on the back, I can't hear them. So I just like having it come through the fairing. But like I said, it does have the ability to have speakers put in, so you can have an intercom system. Which brings me to my next thing. At some point, probably in the next month or two, I am going to end up buying the new Lexan speakers. Well, not speakers, but the Lexan intercom system. I believe it's a 16-channel system, which I feel like is overkill by a lot, because I don't like 16 people. I ride with a couple of buddies, you know, 4 or 5 tops, you know. We're all talking about getting them. So if we do a group ride together, you know, instead of flying up next to each other and, you know, pointing at the gas tank, whatever, you know, like, we got to pull over, get gas, we can just like, hey, dude, we got to pull over, I need gas. Or like, dude, check out that fucking taco stand, let's go eat there. You know, oh, look at that fucking cool hot rod. Whatever. I mean, I'll probably end up doing a review on the Lexan when I do get it, but I've heard great things so far. Anyways, getting off the fucking beaten path right now, talking about Lexan instead of this helmet. So one of the cons that I realized with this helmet, and it mainly sucks for if you get caught in the rain. Okay, so the front of this, like I said before, it does have these vents, okay? Which is nice because you get constant airflow through your helmet on your face, which is nice. But if it rains, you can't shut it. You can't shut it. So your face is gonna get wet. And I know I've saw a couple guys who have them who just, you know, take electrical tape and just cover them up if it starts raining. I mean, you can do that. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Your face is gonna get a little wet, but it's not terrible. Other than that, I mean, I don't really have too many complaints about it. I just can't get over the price point of it for the quality of the helmet. You know, I mean, it was, I think I paid maybe $240 for it. And that was with the new shield on top of that. So I don't think it's that bad, you know, and they, like I said, they have several different colors. Honestly, I'll probably put a link in the description so you can check out the helmet and check out the colors. I know they have red, white, gray, black, obviously. I think they have flat gray and flat black. I don't know. I just went with black because black goes with fucking everything. But yeah, so that's my helmet. I love it. It's super easy to get used to, and it's, you know, it's just like every other full face helmet. It's really easy to put on. You know, and there's a little lever on the side of the screen itself to where you can lift it up and, you know, put it down. But I mean, wow. Like, I mean, it's a nice looking helmet. It fits really good. The style of it, you know, it's kind of got that old school style, you know, with the front. Kind of like a motocross look to it, which is, you know, I think pretty cool. I'm not big into dirt bikes or anything, but it's a cool style. Another buddy of mine, he bought the same thing, a Bitwell lane splitter, except his is like a Storm Ship gray or whatever, which is still pretty cool. But like I said, black goes with everything. More or less, I mean, this is the helmet. I highly suggest it. You know, for the price you pay for it, for a full face helmet that you have complete movability in it and being able to look over your shoulder, like, that's huge. You know, I mean, most guys that wear, you know, full face helmets are on crotch rockets. So, I mean, they're tucked the whole time. They don't have to do this. They don't have to completely look over their shoulder like us on, you know, Harleys or cafe racers, whatever, cruisers. But this, and you can do this on a crotch rocket, and obviously you got your mirrors, but personally, those helmets are just not comfortable. They're just too big and bulky. You know, I feel like a fucking bobblehead when I wear them. This, I don't feel like a bobblehead. It's lightweight, and it's a DOT approved. It's a very nice helmet for the price and everything. But, so do your research, I guess I would say. You know, if you want the more expensive Simpson helmet, then absolutely go for it. My personal opinion is with the Simpson is, like, that's a lot of money. Granted, yeah, it's your head, it's worth the money, but to start out and you're not sure if you're gonna like a full face, go with the lane splitter. I mean, it's just such a comfortable helmet, you know, and the pros outweigh the cons in my opinion. I mean, well, for me at least, it outweighs it. It's not a big deal to me. I don't care that these vents don't close. You know, I don't care that I have to change out the windshield if it's getting dark out. Like, I don't care. You know, and like I said, hopefully at some point Bitwell or someone else that they partner up with will come up with a transition lens, because that would make this helmet set off in a heartbeat. And I'm sure within the next year or two, they'll probably end up, you know, doing something with this in the front, you know, being able to close it and, you know, whatever. And same thing with the one on the back here. I'm sure you'll be able to close it at some point. But all in all, I mean, it's a really solid helmet all the way around. I would suggest it to anybody who's, you know, dabbling in the idea of like, well, man, I want to get a full face, but like, man, I've never been a full face person. I've always just had a half helmet or, you know, a 3/4 helmet. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for a full face. Well, there's a couple options you can do. I mean, I'm sure you guys have buddies that ride crotch rockets, or I'm sure you guys have buddies that are on Harleys, on baggers, whatever, that have a full face helmet. I mean, you can even go to a Harley dealer and just try on a full face helmet, or any, you know, motorcycle shop around you that carries helmets, they're gonna have a full face. Not necessarily a lane splitter, but, you know, they'll have a Bell, they might have a Simpson, you know, they might have something along those lines. But just to try it on, get a feel and see if you like it. Like, I don't know, it's, you know, it's kind of big, it's kind of bulky. Then order one of these. I'm telling you, it's life-changing, especially for someone like me, because, well, you guys saw my last video. It was New Year's Eve. It was 34 degrees out. You know, it's not that warm, but it's warmer than what it usually is this time of year. And I was out riding. I mean, just last weekend, I rode all the way to Port Huron, which is almost basically the tip of the thumb of Michigan, just to go have a burger and a beer in this little dive bar. I ended up staying there way too long, way too long. By the time I left, it was 22 degrees, and I had almost a 2-hour ride back home. And that's with taking the freeway. I took back roads, and it took me 3.5, 4 hours almost to get home, because I had to stop a couple times because couldn't feel my hands. I really need to invest in some gloves that are, you know, really good wind protection on my hands, because it sucked. I could barely pull in the clutch. I could barely pull in the front brake. So it was like every 45 minutes, maybe even less than that, I was pulling over and just sitting, letting my hands warm up, and then I'd jump back on the bike and get home. Miserable ride home, but God, was it worth it. I mean, you can take back roads all through Michigan to get wherever you want to go. You don't have to put your tires on the freeway ever, and you can get where you need to go. 2 lanes, twisties, you name it. We have it all. Anyways, getting off track again with this whole thing. Personally, great helmet. I give it 4 stars. The only reason I'm not giving it 5 is, you know, just because of the inconvenience of this vent right here, not being able to close it. Because when I did buy my Road Glide, it was pouring rain, and my dumbass refused to let it stay at the dealer, and I rode it home. So by the time I got home, my lips and, you know, my beard were a little wet, but not terrible, you know. I mean, and it does have, every screen that you buy for this helmet is fog resistant. Now, when I did get caught in the rain with it, I had a little bit of fog, and it was just on the sides. I could still see. And honestly, I just cracked it open a little bit, let the fog go away, and then put it back down. So that's why I said a lot of people that have this helmet, they just take these up just to be safe, you know. But anyways, neither here nor there. I hope you guys like this video. I'm going to keep trying to do more and more of these, you know. Since it is winter time here, I don't really have much else to do other than make these videos. So next video I do, I might, you know, do a video on my exhaust system, because I do have the Two Brothers Racing exhaust on my bike. You know, I might do a review on my seat, because I have a CVO seat. You know, I did a small review on my bike. I didn't really go in depth because I was out riding and it was New Year's Eve and it was kind of chilly. But I'm going to keep trying to bring you guys as much content as I can. I'm going to try and bring guests in to sit and talk and, you know, either talk about riding stories, talk about their bikes, you know, what have you, whatever. I'm going to keep this channel moving, and I'm going to try and make it as awesome as possible and make this channel, put Michigan and the Midwest in general, East Coast in general, on the map for riding styles, performance baggers, dynas, whatever. This channel is not just about Harleys. I want it to be about everything. Every kind of bike. As long as it's 2 wheels, I don't care. Don't come at me with a Spider. That's not a motorcycle. Sorry, it's not. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll probably make another one this weekend and post it as well. I might have a guest come on and talk about riding or whatever. But cheers guys, happy Thursday.